Every year, our members get together and enjoy our Saabs with each other. We have seminars where people from Saab or Saab dealers or Saab owners or former Saab technicians, they talk about all things Saab. We have rides in new Saabs, rides in old Saabs. The folks who are relatively new to Saab, when they come to our convention, they're actually very inspired by the kind of feedback that they get from the owners who are committed to Saab.
So what initially got you into Saab vehicles?
Well, I grew up in Manchester in England, and in the 60s, Eric Carlson was winning all the rallies, so it's like, wow, this car is fantastic. What do I have to do to get one?
What do you think about Saab cars? Why Saab?
The way the car feels as you drive it, cornering, acceleration, deceleration, the way it's put together inside, the ergonomics of it, it's just a wonderful product.
I bought my first Saab in 1963. I was in the United States Air Force stationed at Plattsburgh, New York, and I had a friend who had bought a brand new Saab, and I went out and got a used one, and I got a 1959 93B, which I enjoyed immensely. I could write a book about, you know, what the experiences I had with that car. But today I'm driving a 2006 93 SportCombi, which to me is the very best Saab I've ever had, and I've had many other cars in my life as well, but the Saabs are the ones that stand out and that I love the most.
What's your favorite aspect of the convention so far?
Probably seeing all of these Saabs together and meeting people that are Saab enthusiasts like I am from all over the country.
And we're sitting here waiting. You're going to be test driving the 9.4 in a moment. Are you excited?
Very excited about the 9.4.
Great.
Like the look of it. I think it was, they decided to engineer it and design it to be a Saab before they designed it to be an SUV. And I'm sure it'll drive very well. I'm very excited.
I would love to hear about Saab's history in the Formula industry.
Okay. Well, in the early 60s, Saab made some quantum cars, and then they came out with the quantum Formula S car. They were sold in kit form, and they made about 50 of them in 64 and 65. They had the two-stroke motor, which is a little bit more finicky than everybody else's motor, but they were going to take and start a class similar to the Formula V and the Formula Ford and the Formula Saab, which was Formula S. Unfortunately, they didn't sell too good, and it only lasted 2 years. So.
2006, I drove 1,000,000 miles with my 1989 SVG with the original engine, the original turbocharged. So that's
how incredible!
Yeah, and it just shows what great cars they are, because if you look after them and do the maintenance, they will go the distance. And each time I get in a new model, I can still feel that this is a Saab. It's just an evolution. I went in the 94X for the first time yesterday, and it's still a beautiful Saab. They just get better and better. And the new 95 is also a great car.
Nomad is a roaming pop-up cinema that puts on outdoor screenings in parks and gardens and stately homes all around London and the South East. We have a huge inflatable screen and we project classic films in beautiful settings.
It's so much about being in a beautiful setting at sunset with your friends, and it just so happens there's a classic film on a big screen.
Get on site about 1 o'clock, start inflating the screen, putting out the arena area, putting all the sound gear in. At the end of the night, once everyone's left, we take it all down and we disappear as if we've never been here.
The tie-in with Saab is brilliant. They're our headline sponsor for the season, and they had a real interest in the films as well, so we developed an independent thinking season, which they became really involved in even picking the film choices and how we were going to pitch that to the public. And it was the perfect match from the very start. As soon as we saw what each brand was about, the whole getting out there and doing it, as soon as I saw that, I said, this is us. What Saab are describing is us. It was the perfect fit from day one. Tonight is all about the film choice. It's Labyrinth, the David Bowie film, and it just captures the audience's imagination. You could see as soon as I could see when it sold out in minutes, I was like, crikey, this is a good choice.
It's like your favourite film, but sitting in a park, which you don't normally get to do.
First time seeing this film, very excited. First time at an outdoor theatre, also very excited for that.
It's really good. I loved it. And Labyrinth is an absolute classic as well.
The atmosphere was fantastic. All these girls were singing along. It was really good.
It's a birthday present off my friends for a few weeks ago, so it was really cool. We had no idea it was like going to be here.
It's been fantastic actually. It rained at 6 p.m, but it was totally beautiful sunset by the time everyone was arriving. We were practically full to capacity and everyone was cheering, singing along. It's been a really brilliant one actually.
It's been a long day setting up the cinema, getting the audience in, showing the film, but this is what we do. We'll take the screen down tonight as the audience leave, move on, do it all again tomorrow, entertain another crowd of people.
This is our wind tunnel. Here we can produce different temperatures, sunlight, rain, snow. We can produce cold weather up to minus 30 degrees and heat up to plus 50 degrees. The car is running on a front wheel dyno. For running tests we can drive it up to 200 kilometers per hour. We can also produce air speed up to 200 kilometers per hour. And the wind is of course coming from the front of the car. It's going around in a circle, so we have a big fan in the rear. And we have heat exchangers that produces the heat and cold in front of the car. We can go around here and look at the fan. These are called turning vanes, is to get the air to move in the right direction. In here you can see the fan. It's 3 meters in diameter. This is a simulation in 55 kilometers per hour. Okay, now we're running an AC test. So cooling capacity in the car. The solar is now simulating desert sun. And now we're running a rain simulation test for the engine filter, so that the engine is capable of handling driving in through heavy rain. The advantage with the climate wind tunnel is that you can reproduce the same climate each test. So if you have two components and want to compare them, you can be sure that you have the same wind, the same temperature, the same solar, or the rain or snow.
Yeah, I'm Carl Sandberg. I'll study automotive engineering at Chalmers.
Claes Olsson, I'm a controls student.
And why don't we talk about why we're here, which is this vehicle here. It's a 9.5, but it's fitted with some special gear. And why don't you just take a seat in there and talk us through it?
First of all, we have the motor, which controls the steering through a gearing, which is mounted behind the original steering wheel.
Right.
And this whole system is used for open loop testing of vehicle dynamics.
Right. Which means, for the person who isn't a student at Chalmers University, what does that mean?
You want to verify that your, for example, electronic stability systems work as intended, and you want a very specific input to the steering. So you want it to turn left, turn right,
yeah,
and then back, and exactly the same every time.
Okay.
And that's to verify that it works as it should.
Right. And so what we've been testing here today, we've been following a set loop. So you program a route into the computer, and the computer tells the car to follow that route and automatically steers for you.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. And when you got this car, when you two guys got this car, you basically got a clean 9.5, didn't you? So you've had to install absolutely everything.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is no small job, I would imagine. A pretty big task.
It's a bit tricky to get the different systems working together.
Yeah.
That we had some issues with the GPS inertia sensors and the robot. So there's basically 3 systems that has to cooperate to give the car or the robot the information of where to go.
What was it like the first time you were in it, you know, holding those switches and watching it steer itself?
We were driving very slow, but it was still a bit... I was more... Actually, the first time it worked, we were pretty surprised that it worked so well.
Right.
So we felt quite confident in letting the computer control the steering. So.
Right. And how long did you spend sort of like in simulation sort of tests and everything before you actually drove the car?
Say half a year.
Half a year?
Yeah.
Wow.
Or 4.5 months.
Right. So Just while we're on this straight here, I'll just explain to people we've got a switch on the window there and a switch down there. It basically operates like a dead man switch, so if you release one of those handles, the car steers straight, correct?
Yes.
And if you release both, then it's back to manual steering. That's how the switch system works.
I'm gonna go a bit faster in this corner now, if you're ready for that.
Okay, I'm holding a handle.
I'm gonna keep the speed balance. And we're still on the same time.
Yeah. And so the computer behind this just calculates your speed and judges the angle of steering accordingly.
Yes. Might want to hold on again.
Yep.
And it says it stops at the same
spot, yeah. I just moved halfway across the back seat involuntarily.
Vi filmar med 1000 bilder per sekund. Så man kan i princip se en airbag skjuta upp och ha varje ruta skarp så man ser ytan på vägen. Här har vi då ljuscontainern. Här är det 234 batterier. Och varje lampa levererar 100 000 watt. Det här kraftiga ljuset behöver vi ha när vi filmar med high speed. Vi filmar normalt i 1000 bilder per sekund och är nere på runt 100 mikrosekunder per ruta. Det finns inte något annat sånt här konstruerat än för oss. Utan detta ljuset ska fungera när bilen är på tvärsen och på tvären och bakifrån och framifrån. Så det ska fungera i många situationer. Styrkan på detta ljuset är ungefär som en solig dag på stranden. Detta ljuset går nu på tomgång. Det går upp på en millisekund och går det upp till full effekt. Detta ljuset kommer egentligen från filmsvängen. De tog det som en utmaning att göra detta till oss. I filmsvängen för övrigt brukar de ju maxa byggnationen för varje tillfälle. Här ska detta fungera alltid.
Detta är en 50% docka, väger ungefär 80-82 kilo. Det är otroligt många delar och det görs ju en väldigt liten serie, det är extremt dyra grejer. Nackgivaren här uppe kostar 100 000 spänn. Det är att man ska kunna göra repeterbara prov med så lika förutsättningar som möjligt. Den här dockan består av någonstans 50-60 kanaler, varav huvudet har 6 kanaler. Så man kan mäta vridning, drag, tryck. Det sitter även accelerometrar uppe i huvudet så man kan mäta hastighet i den leden och den leden. Det här är alltså riktiga lyxskor. Det här är amerikanska marinkårens permiskor innan de blev ändrade i färg för att passa foto så att det inte ska blänka och så. Rebenen är också en ganska kul grej. Materialet som är på insidan här kommer från ubåtar. Det är det materialet som gör ubåten tyst. Det här är en accelerometer och det här är skruven som den sitter fast med. Den är ungefär 1,5 mm tjock. Pilligt och man får vara säker på handen när man håller på att greja med det. Man jobbar ju efter att få en så bra bil som möjligt så att människan inte blir skadad. Det är vårt mål.
Probably mention at this stage that this Independence edition convertible that you see here is actually number 7, belonging to Mille Miglia. Here it comes. probably mention at this stage that this Independence edition convertible that you see here is actually number 7, belonging to one Mille Miglia. Here it comes.
Ja, det har varit bra. Det brukar alltid vara roligt att skicka in folk.
So how long will this test go for? For days? A week?
Yeah, 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
3 weeks this door will be opening and closing.
Yeah, 40,000 cycles.
40,000 cycles. And through what variations of temperature?
Ambient, minus 30,
plus 80 and 38 and 95% humidity.
Wow. And then after you've done the rear door, you have to do other doors as well? Or this test is just for the rear door?
Yeah, this one is for the rear door. I test the hoods and doors and lids and tailgates. But it's a different amount of cycles depending on. For tailgate it's more cycles than a sedan.
Right.
And then we run one life cycle, and then we run a second life cycle to get the statistical values, to see where the first failure is and so on.
Right.
And this one it's on its third life cycle.
This is on its third life cycle.
Yeah.
So it's gone 2 life cycles without failing.
Actually, I'm testing now on the third life cycle, testing some new ball bearings on the gas struts.
Right. Okay.
So this body is already, it has done 2 life cycles and life.
Wow.
And we monitor the handling forces, cracks and wear for seals and so on.
Yeah.
That's what we do. My job is to open and close stuff here.
You open and close doors for a living.
I'm a door maniac.
You're the doorman. Do you build the robots that do this, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We build it. But this is all the old, it's stuff we have used for a long time now.
Right. So you just customize it to the new model. Yeah. There we go. Well, I think we've seen, what, 8 or 9 cycles now. There's only, what, 39,990 to go.
Yeah. See?
Fantastic.
You know, I'm so proud of this show car because the directive that was given to me was to create bold, courageous Saabs with passion, with the innovative spirit and the DNA. It's no mistake that we've chosen the name Phoenix. First off, it's the name of our platform. Of course, Phoenix, mythologically speaking, represents a renaissance. And you know, the Phoenix concept is really giving you the roadmap for the future of Saab. It's a very real car. It's a true proposal for a product of the future for Saab, a true 2+2, with a bit of the nod to the Sonnet, of course, and taking a lot of inspiration from the Ur concept, the first concept car for Saab, which was literally the fuselage of an airplane and the teardrop canopy. The Phoenix not only looks aerodynamic, it is exceptionally aerodynamic. One of the more unique aerodynamic features on the car are what we kind of refer to as flying buttresses, you know, from architectural speak. And it's really a wing plane that is coming off of the teardrop greenhouse and wrapping over. And what that does is it actually accelerates airflow and cleans airflow at the rear of the car to allow the car to have greater high-speed stability without the penalty of drag that you would see with a large horizontal wing, such as mounted on various race cars. Underneath the hood, we have the turbo petrol engine from our alliance with BMW, and at the rear, we have the innovative all-wheel drive system, an electric all-wheel drive system which has torque vectoring together with the front wheels to give spirited acceleration and to get you out of difficulty in difficult traction circumstances. With the interior, we're really focusing on the driver orientation, which Saab has always been famous for. We've really played up the cockpit theme, where we've wrapped the IP around the driver. He or she is truly cocooned in this car. Above all, we wanted to really play on the minimalist nature, and to do that, we're premiering our Google Android-driven Iqon infotainment system. This is the first time a smartphone technology has been truly applied to an automobile. The car is instantly connected to the internet, all of your commands on a convenient touchscreen located right next to the steering wheel. And you'll have the ability to upgrade it, to download applications, to personalize it as you see fit over the years. So it's something that will not go out of date. The Phoenix is not the next 9.3, but it is definitely a hint, and a very strong hint, as to where we're going and where we want to push this brand stylistically. And Saab has always had such an independent, such a unique vision and aesthetic, and it's important that we continue that trend. And that's just part of the character of Saab automobiles. They've never been for everybody, and nor should they be.
Imagine an alternative future. A future where your car effortlessly unites with your life. We did. We call it Iqon. And the future starts now. Inspired by the new reality, Saab has created a true first. Seamless digital and automotive harmony. From Iqon's menu, you're only a touch of the screen away from a world previously confined to your mobile device or computer. And only an idea away from creating and uploading your own Iqon app. So staying in touch on the go, sharing experiences as they happen, and creating an interactive focal point for you, your Saab and your life has never been clearer. We've seen the way forward. Iqon. The future starts now.
The Phoenix concept taps directly into why I became a car designer. It's all about taking this amazing DNA and finding a way to push it forward into the future. And it's something I've been fortunate to have in my career, to have this kind of opportunity, to take what I view as a diamond, in Saab, in the Saab brand, and be part of the team that helps this rebirth. And the Phoenix concept is the manifestation of that. More often than not, concept cars represent a far-reaching dream. But here with the Phoenix concept, we're actually producing a promise. What you will see in this car, in its forms, in its volumes, in its character, is going to be seen and directly related to the next generation of Saab production cars. With the Phoenix concept, we've literally taken the entire mechanicals of the car and encapsulated this in a teardrop shell. And then from there, we've taken this and put it in the wind tunnel and blown an aerodynamic liquid metal skin over it. And that's something that immediately hints to our aeronautical roots, but at the same time creates a strong modern volume. Saab's interior designs have always focused on driver orientation. And the Phoenix concept is no different. In fact, we've pushed that even further, as the new interior cockpit literally wraps around the driver to give him or her the sense of this oneness with the automobile, as they're encapsulated within. We also have new technologies, such as the Iqon system, the first true application system available in an automobile, once again allowing the driver to have full command of all the car's functions. The Saab Phoenix concept is not just representing promise, it's actually the roadmap for the future of Saab automobiles. And very soon, you'll be able to follow that future in Saab cars through the next generation.
kan se också på väggen där borta ifrån Facebook där vi har 63 000 fans, varav 5 000 ungefär har skickat in fotografier och olika erfarenheter utav Saab.
Here we are with a brand new company celebrating our very first birthday.
Fantastiskt faktiskt. Jag vet inte hur många bilder det var, men kan det vara 50 000 bilder eller vad kan det vara? Otroligt kul.
Jo, det är fantastiskt roligt. Jag var med själv och skickade in en bild, men jag vet inte om den finns med någonstans. Jag har inte koll på det.
And 5,000 fans from all over the world. Can't be said anything better than this.
We wish you could be here with us today live, but maybe next year.
Thank you very much for being here and watching us today, celebrating our very first birthday. Thanks.
I'm so fortunate because I do what I love. You know, to be a part of a renaissance of a company, of a brand, you know, so iconic as Saab, it's really very, very special.
And kids multiply, then they stop coming by and you're old.
One of my favorite things in the world and most relaxing things is really just driving. People that buy Saab cars are buying them because they're offering a special experience. It's so important that, you know, people feel emotionally connected to their car. What Saab cars always gave you was a really spirited driving experience in all conditions. And you fall in love when you see it for the first time. We want to create cars that people want, that people desire. The future is very, very bright for Saab.
So just keep talking and keep walking, never think I wouldn't want you to. And if you have forgotten that I was a good friend, a perfect weapon for killing time, don't fret, I kept myself inside a chest in my room. You're getting through me if you're feeling gloomy. Don't fret, I kept myself inside a chest in my room. You're getting to me if you're feeling gloomy.
This is the story of Saab. You may notice it moves a little fast. After all, we're known for perfecting the turbo. Over 60 years of independent thinking, and it has all brought us to this. The all-new 9.5 Sports Sedan. The most advanced Saab ever. Visit SaabUSA.com to see what's coming next.
You can choose to look at Saab in the tiniest detail, from the closest viewpoint, or from a wider perspective. You can test, change, adapt or create. Stay up to date with the latest Saab news. Share your passion. Add your voice to the discussion. Watch interactive material. Join us at the world's most prestigious automotive events. Enjoy the latest movies. If you want to get closer to Saab in a whole new way, it only takes one touch of the screen. Download the new Saab app today. Our future in your hands.
I just want to be finally awake and wandering free.
Hello and welcome to Saab. I want to introduce you to the new Saab 9.4X, a fresh alternative for people looking for a luxury mid-side crossover that is intelligent, sporty and beautiful. This exciting package features progressive Scandinavian design, intuitive ergonomics, and exhilarating car-like handling for a rewarding driving experience. The 9.4X cuts a broad and powerful stance with clean, uncluttered lines that echo Saab's signature design cues. Its distinctive face draws inspiration from the award-winning Aero X concept car with a deep 3-port grille and ice block effect lighting themes. Other exterior Saab design cues include the sleek wraparound effect windshield, uniquely shaped headlamps, and a hockey stick waistline. Notice that the roof line is visually lowered and extended by an integrated rear spoiler. An ice block bar lit by LEDs extends across the lower liftgate and wraps around the taillights. Twin rhomboid-shaped exhaust tailpipes are neatly integrated into the lower bumper molding. 18-inch 6-spoke alloy wheels are standard, while Aero models come with 20-inch 9-spoke turbine alloy wheels. Aero models also feature bi-xenon cornering headlights, black mesh inserts in the front grille, and fog lamps to distinguish it. Under the hood, you have your choice of two compact and efficient all-aluminum V6 engines. The standard 3-liter naturally aspirated engine features direct fuel injection and variable valve timing, delivering 265 horsepower, and is available with either front or all-wheel drive. Saab cross-wheel drive with an electronically controlled rear limited slip differential. Available exclusively on Aero models with cross-wheel drive is the 2.8-liter turbocharged engine that packs 300 horsepower and generates an impressive 295 pound-feet of torque, providing performance Aero customers have come to expect. Inside the all-new Saab 9.4X crossover, you'll find a spacious cabin able to accommodate 5 adults. Drivers will appreciate Saab's driver-focused cockpit layout. The center console, center stack, and main instrument display sweep up and around you. Saab's aviation heritage comes alive in the altitude-style speed readout, green illumination for the needles of the 3 main dials, and controlled backlighting, and traditional Saab joystick adjusters for the mesh-style air vents. The 94X's standard 8-way power driver seat can be paired with optional power foot pedals if you like. Available infotainment includes 2 audio options, a 7-speaker or top-of-the-line Bose system with 5.1 surround sound. The optional 8-inch touchscreen hard disk-based navigation system includes a bird's-eye map view and 10 gigs of storage for your music files. The integrated Bluetooth hands-free phone system functions via voice command and steering wheel controls to help you keep your eyes on the road. Rear seat passengers enjoy plenty of space to stretch out with 3-way adjustable seat backs. An available tri-zone climate system adds more comfort for those in the back seat. The optional onboard audio-visual entertainment system has a video auxiliary input and 2 8-inch screens in the rear face of the front seat backs, perfect for longer trips. The all-new 94X crossover has flexible cargo carrying capacity designed to accommodate all of your needs. Trunk space can be tailored by the innovative U-shaped cargo rail with a telescopic cargo divider, which can be moved to any position to keep items in place. There's even additional storage under the trunk floor. If you need to accommodate larger items, simply fold the 60/40 split seat backs down in one single, easy movement to make a completely flat cargo deck, offering a total volume of 61.2 cubic feet. For additional convenience, there's an available programmable power rear liftgate. The Saab 94X's dynamic performance starts with a unique body structure specifically designed for crossover vehicles. Advanced driving technologies include Saab cross-wheel drive, which infinitely varies drive torque between the front and rear axles. This sophisticated system offers optimized grip in virtually all driving conditions, dry or wet, smooth or loose. It is combined with an electronically controlled rear limited slip differential, which can transfer up to 50% of rear torque between the rear wheels to whichever has the more grip to help keep you in control. The 94X Aero features Saab DriveSense, an adaptive chassis function. Choose from one of 3 modes, Comfort, Sport, or Eco, to fit your driving style and changing road conditions. The all-new 94X backs its strong performance with a sophisticated safety package developed from more than 50 years of experience in occupant protection. The all-new Saab 94X midsize crossover has it all. Exceptional exterior design, a spacious driver-focused interior, flexible cargo capacity, and 2 powerful and efficient engines. The all-new 94X is something unique in the midsize crossover market. Look for it to arrive at your local Saab dealer in the spring of 2011. Until then, I will be happy to answer any questions or see one of our product specialists. Thank you.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Colleran from the floor of the 2011 Los Angeles Auto Show. Now today, I have the pleasure of sharing with our dealers, our owners, our employees, and the media some highlights on Saab's progress to date and news concerning our upcoming plans, as well as some exciting information on the product front. Now, as you know, on February 23rd of this year, we figuratively pressed the reset button on the Saab brand here in Saab North America and globally. And in that 9 months, since that historic date, we've made significant progress in returning Saab to its place on the world and North American automotive scenes. Saab Automobile is forging ahead as a fast-acting, independent company. Now, the visible proof of our billions of dollars invested to date are expressed in the launch of the all-new 95 sedan, a concentration of our facilities in Sweden, ramped up production, rebuilding of our global sales network, and the formation of new business partnerships like the one just announced with BMW. However, the basic building block of a successful Saab lies in its new products. Product drives everything in this business. So along with the 95 Aero V6 we launched a few months ago, we are now shipping the 2011 95 Turbo 4. This new model has a very competitive starting price of $38,525 with an estimated 33 miles per gallon highway, and with improved residuals, we can offer a compelling lease to our customers. Now, phase 2 starts with the unveiling of the all-new 94X, a crossover that reflects our brand values like progressive Scandinavian design and sporty, responsible driving performance. The 94X will significantly broaden the appeal of Saab brand here in North America. Now, for those customers anxious to be the first on the block to own their new 94X, we've just announced an exciting pre-order program. The first 500 US customers to reserve and order their 94X will receive an iPad with 94X related software. These customers can reserve their 94X at ordermysaab.com. Once ordering begins in January, these customers will then put their order on the vehicle, put down their deposit, get their iPad, and will essentially become part of our team, helping sell Saab back into the hearts and minds of the U.S. automotive consumers. You can also check SaabUSA.com for further details concerning this offer. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the new products on display at the show today are just a glimpse of the other exciting products that will be launched and introduced over the next couple of years. And John Lebos will tell you more about those products in just a moment, so stay tuned. Earlier I mentioned that the basic building block of the new Saab is great new product. But another essential requirement for a sustainable, successful future is quality throughout the order to repurchase cycle. In this context, I'm not only referring to the product quality our customers expect, but to something as equally as important. What I'm speaking of is the total Saab experience. And at Saab, we are raising our game across the board. With the introduction of these all new premium products, we need to deliver a premium experience to match. Whether that takes the form of a refreshing and renovating dealer facilities, improving the sales team, or offering no-charge maintenance, top-rated sales and service satisfaction is the acid test for an outstanding Saab experience. We cannot and will not settle for pretty good. We all must look at Saab with a different set of eyes and a high sense of urgency to improve everything as Saab pours billions into product development. Ladies and gentlemen, significant investment in new products and infrastructure, strategic alliances, advanced technologies, and a sound business strategy are the necessary ingredients for success. We are on the doorstep, the introduction of this new product. Let's commit to raise our game together, looking out the windshield and not the rearview mirror. We, along with our dealers, are committed to the success of Saab and look forward to the challenges ahead. I welcome you to experience the new Saab.
We're here in Los Angeles for the launch of the all-new 94X crossover.
It's time, of course, to reveal the much anticipated 94X, our entry into the growing premium crossover segment.
I'm Swedish, but I live in the US, and I bought a car because it's a very, very nice car. I mean, I fell for it immediately when I saw it.
And what do you think of Saab's product offensive and its resurgence?
Oh, it's absolutely fabulous. It's great. You know, it's very exciting. So, you know, they've made a lot of things happen in a very short time.
Saab is an iconic brand. It was so much worth saving. And that we did the right thing is demonstrated by a brand new 95, the new 94X.
I'm proud to say that Saab is now operating as a standalone and independent car company.
Well, we're here with Chris McKinnon, Global Product Manager from Saab Automobile. Chris, we're in LA, you've just launched the 94X. How important is this car for Saab?
It's a really important product for Saab. We're entering a new segment, the crossover segment, which is a growing segment here in the US and also in Asia. So it's really exciting for us and an opportunity to get new people into the brand.
And what makes you think this car is going to be a success?
Well, first of all, one of the major reasons that people buy cars is still styling, design. That's the #1 reason. And I think we really have a winning design here. And we're confident that it will appeal to customers, both existing customers and also new customers to the Saab brand.
Now it looks very similar to the recently launched 9.5. Is this just another variant of that car?
No, it's not. This is an all-new ground-up crossover vehicle that has a very rigid body structure and it's designed for the properties and the characteristics that you need in a crossover. The interior is really truly Saab. You'll notice the driver-oriented cockpit, the 3 gauges in front of the driver, really encompassing or cocooning the driver and putting him or her in control. So a really unique Saab interior.
Now there's no diesels at launch. Why is this?
Well, the main market for the 9.4X, or the main markets I should say, are the US and Asia. And diesel doesn't have a very strong presence in those markets.
Now you launched the new 9.5 earlier this year, now the 9.4X. Is this the start of a product offensive for Saab?
It really is. It keeps my day job very interesting. We have the 9.5, the 9.4X, and also next summer the new 9.5 wagon. So we have a very, very strong product offensive now, and that's really what's driving the brand forward. So we have every year we're launching a new product, and in 2.5 years' time, the oldest product in our showrooms will be the recently launched 9.5, which is a very, very exciting thing for us at Saab.
So, a very different Saab from the one we saw a year ago.
Definitely. Full of confidence, looking forward to the future and launching all these vehicles and really creating a solid base for the future.
My heart on a line, like a kite up in the sky. I fall onto a sea and sail over below in clouds. I go out into the wild, and open skies are all I see. The touch of my feet and following the beat. I just want to be finally awake and wandering free.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Michelle. Welcome to the Paris Motor Show. I'm Michelle Tinson, Director of Communications for Saab Cars North America. I have the pleasure of sharing with our U.S. constituents, our employees, dealers, and media recent Saab news surrounding the Paris Motor Show. It is definitely a very exciting time for Saab. On Friday, September 24th, American Axle, AAM, announced the formation of a jointly owned company for the engineering, development, and marketing of innovative electric all-wheel drive systems, as well as electric and hybrid driveline systems. The new company, called EAAM Driveline Systems, will be based in Trollhättan. The joint venture will commence operations on October 1st. EAAM will develop and market an innovative electric all-wheel drive system in a full-service package. This electric all-wheel drive system can be easily integrated into existing platforms, minimizing vehicle architectural changes. Saab will become a client of EAAM Driveline Systems, purchasing components to be used in next-generation Saab vehicles from 2012. The new company will also market its expertise in advanced products to other car manufacturers on a global basis. On September 29th in Trollhättan, Sweden, Saab Automobile and BMW announced an agreement for the supply of engines to be used in next-generation Saab vehicles. Under the Purchase, Supply and Development Agreement, BMW will supply Saab with 4-cylinder 1.6-liter turbocharged gasoline engines from 2012. The engines will be adapted to meet Saab's specific requirements. The contract was signed on Wednesday in Trollhättan, Sweden. Participating in the signing were Saab Automobile CEO Jan-Åke Johnson, Saab Automobile Chairman Victor Muller, and Ian Robertson, member of the Board of Management of BMW AG, who's responsible for sales and marketing. This venture will provide Saab with an even more advanced portfolio and opportunities to expand our owner base even more. Additionally, on September 29th, our very own chairman of Saab Automobile, Victor Muller, was honored by Automotive News of Europe as Entrepreneur of the Year. Congratulations to our tenacious leader. This honor is selected by a prestigious panel of automotive journalists for exhibiting outstanding entrepreneurial spirit by saving the Saab brand and heritage through the recent acquisition of Saab on March 1st, 2010. Today, September 30th, at the Paris Motor Show, Saab announced the 9.3 ePower SportCombi, the first electric vehicle for Saab. Approximately 70 vehicles will participate in a test fleet in Sweden next year, and even a possible appearance in the US. The vehicle offers a zero-emissions driving range greater than an EV currently in production. Using high-density lithium-ion battery cells provided by Boston Powers of Boston, Massachusetts, the 9.3 ePower has a projected driving range of 200 kilometers or 120 miles and is powered by a 184 horsepower electric motor, giving 0 to 100 horsepower in just 8.5 seconds. The EV Test Fleet program is designed to evaluate and consider the potential for developing a high-performance Saab EV. Saab Automobile also announced 3 new engines for the all-new 9.5, doubling its powertrain menu. A low-emissions 9.3 1.9-liter diesel, only in the European markets, delivering outstanding combined cycle fuel economy of 4.5 liters per 100 kilometers and 119 grams per kilometer of CO2 emissions. A 2.0-liter diesel with 2-stage turbocharging, also for European markets, and the 2.0-liter turbo biopower engine, the most sophisticated expression of Saab biopower flex fuel technology, running on E85 fuel and or gasoline in any blends, delivering peak of power of 220 horsepower on either fuel. This variant will be available in the US market. In summary, as you can see, Saab is back and at the forefront of new product and technology. We are creating prestigious partnerships, we have ambitious plans that are taking shape, and in the US, sales for September are up. As of today, our US sales are above last month and above last September. As a matter of fact, September will be the best month for the US this year and could be our best month in the last year and a half. Stay tuned for more exciting Saab news along our journey and at upcoming auto shows around the world. Merci beaucoup. Thank you.
The minute we got the ability to subscribe for the factory tour, we did it. And I saw it was closed very soon, so fully booked. So we're very happy to be here.
I've been here in Trollhättan twice before, and it's an amazing place, but I've never had the opportunity to go through the factory. So I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, it's a wonderful factory. I mean, I think it's a state of the art and looks like science fiction for us.
You see from the beginning to the end how the car is composed.
I repair them, I take them apart. It's exactly the opposite of what happens here. This is the beginning of their life. I see a lot of cars at the end of their life, you know, so it's pretty cool.
We're very glad to be here, that Saab was saved, and this is wonderful, wonderful experience.
I've got secrets kept my own up here.
When you have a different perspective on things, you don't end up with just another car. You end up with a Saab.
Big ideas for brighter days that bring hope and breathe new ways. It's gonna be alright. Time to take our bird fly. Come, let's fly into the night. Leave the past behind. The time is ours, let's make it right.
My name is Stefan Rundqvist. I'm the performance manager for integration vehicle dynamics for the new 9.5 project. I've spent 1,000 kilometers for test rides. We are right now in the handling course, and I will show you how the car handle track. We have a completely new front suspension, we call it Hyper. And we have a completely new rear suspension that we call H-arm design. And it's give us a very high level of grip, front end grip. We have also a very high level of rear end grip, the agility of the car, follow the curves, response of throttle, steering input, how the corner flies over crests. I have been a really big part of the chassis tuning by myself, from bushing geometry up to parameter settings and so on steering ESP. We are right pretty soon getting into a moose test. The different systems really work to optimize the handling of the car. The steering itself, when you have a high velocity of the steering, It's getting smoother to get you through this maneuver in a good way. The damper, the active damper system stabilizes the car. The all-wheel drive as well is working, and as we have the ELSD as well for the all-wheel drive, is really stable through the test and really quick as well. This car have the cross-wheel drive, and it is the Hallux system, and it's optimized to be as agile as possible in every driving situation. The functionality of the cross-wheel drive is that we normally distribute all the torques in a different way to the rear wheel and also to the rear left or to the right, depending on driving situations. This car is equipped with a drive sense functionality, and you have 3 different modes like comfort, intelligent and sport. And you can switch it whatever you like. If you want to go comfort, if you are going on broken roads or whatever, you can lock it in comfort, or you can lock it in sports if you really want to drive dynamic. Or in the intelligent mode, you are basically running in comfort up to sports, depending how you are driving. It's really adapt your way to driving. After a couple of years of development, the new Saab 9.5, we are pretty satisfied with the results. The car is very agile and sporty, but still comfortable for the long distance drive. And the whole team are really happy, and as we can show you on the test track, it really shows performance.
For brighter days that bring hope and breathe new ways. It's gonna be alright. Time to take off, butterfly. Come, let's fly into the night. Leave the past behind. The time is ours, let's make it right.
I have been part of this project since day one. I spent well over 10,000 hours working with this vehicle. It's been an interesting journey. We have all the technology that this market segment needs, and it's going to be a great vehicle for all purposes it needs to meet. I think if you look at the design and the first impression you have from the front over to the side and the characteristic hockey stick and the C-pillar, it's unmistakably a Saab. This is the first step for the new company, and it's also our new flagship. You know, this is really where we now position our brand in the premium segment, and I'm quite sure we're going to be very successful with this product. You need to understand what the customer base is, what is target customers, whom are your competitors, and when you understand that, you take that as your goal and you develop the car towards that. It really started 4 years ago, but we have a very clear picture of what we want to achieve, what the customers are, what they expect from us, and then it's just to have a rigorous execution and make sure that you meet these targets and goals you have. Attention to detail is a big portion of it. I would say now when we are coming close to the launch and showing it to the market, we are also starting to have outside people coming here from various constituents out in our industry, and we start to get feedback, and it's very, very positive. This week we had a residual value event where people from all around the world came here. We presented the vehicle. They had a chance to test ride the vehicle for 2 hours, and we got fantastic feedback from these guys. And that's people who have as their profession to evaluate cars. My main time is thinking about and executing what will we do the following upcoming years. And the biggest challenge the industry have is, of course, on fuel consumption or CO2. And that's where you're going to see quite a bit of changes as we take this product further into the life cycle. Then, of course, we will come with a sports wagon as well, and to complement the sedan for the markets where there is a tendency of using station wagons. It's also a fantastic opportunity to have that responsibility. I often say that I have the best job at Saab. I wouldn't trade this for being MD.
Hello, my name is Lisa Belfrag and I'm a development engineer here with Saab. And my specialty is crash testing in the lab. 8 years ago, me and my father was in a car crash. We did a frontal impact. It was a car coming over to our side of the road, so it was around 70 kph. And that's why I wanted to do this, because I want to help people. We will have 2 cars on a wire that pulls them together in 60 kph. So when we in the impact we have 120 kph together, and yeah, we have all the dummies and everything, so we get a lot of data out of it and look so the car is behaving correct.
Well, Lisa, we've seen the crash. Yeah. You're now doing the analysis. What are you looking for?
At first I see the speed, how fast the car went, and then I'm looking through my checklist. I have a checklist on a lot of pages, and then I go through the car and see how the dummy impact with the airbags, and I see how the car's deformed, and just take a quick look over so everything is okay. And then after that we are getting the movies, the films, so we can the high-speed films to see what really happened during the crash, because it goes pretty fast. And then we look at the dummy injury values that we get out of the data, and then that I will do later today and tomorrow and analyze them.
Just looking at it, the car seems to have come out of the impact extraordinarily well. You can open and close the doors, so presumably the passengers and the driver would have been pretty all right in a crash like this, despite the speed.
Yeah, it will, and that's what we see. We see the safety cage, that is where the dummy is, the compartment, and everything there should be not deformed, and that's what we see when we can open. The first test is that we can open the doors.
It's a great job to have, isn't it? You must be very proud of the work you do.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's real fun, and just to know that I'm helping people to drive safe car is the best. That's the thing.
We've always been independent and unconventional, thought differently and thought further. We did it with the turbo and biopower. Now we do it with aerodynamics, electrification, and much more that make driving more exciting and better for the environment. This is how we've written our history, and it's how we shape our future.
Hi, I'm Simon Padian, Saab Brand Design Chief here at the Frankfurt International Motor Show, where we're showing for the first time the all-new Saab 9.5. Now, for all of us that have been working on it for such a long time, we've always felt very positive, very enthusiastic and very confident about the design of the whole new car. We've shown it and had a lot of response. We've seen all the images in the media and all of the attention it's received. We know that it's got a very positive feel about it. Now, having shown it at the motor show here, I have to say the response was overwhelming. I'd never seen so many people on the Saab stand before, and everyone had positive comments to make about the car and was very enthusiastic. Really good signal for the future, and I can't wait to see the car in numbers on the road. Okay, let's take a look at the car a bit more closely, and I can show some of the details to you that make the car so special. As you can see, the new 9.5 really builds on a lot of the classic Saab design cues that we've seen in previous models and of course in previous concept cars. Let me just point out some of the key features that I think are very important for this car. Firstly, of course, the wraparound windscreen, which leads into the side glass and really gives that classic Saab cockpit look to the vehicle. We have, of course, the very clean body side, which is very important. That comes from our Scandinavian design tradition, of course. The classic belt line, which runs into the hockey stick at the front of the pillar. Again, we've seen these elements before, but they all come together in a much bolder, much more dynamic and a much more distinctive way, which gives the car much more presence on the road and a much more powerful impression when you see it. The C-pillar itself, very dominant, of course, with the convex leading into the concave line and really sweeping around the rear of the car in a nice sculptural way. If you look at the rear of the car, of course, you see we've got a very new identity to the rear end of the vehicle, which gives it a very distinctive look so that you recognise that, yep, this is a Saab that's in front of me. Also sweeping across, very horizontal, really widens the car, but also the detailing on the lamp is very unique. We've got this special blue ice block look to the actual lenses, which gives a lot of depth and transparency, and again, just reminds you that this car comes from Scandinavia. Notice how the front grille really emphasises the fact that this is a much bolder, much more confident feel to the whole car that we have with the new 9.5. It is, of course, based on the 3-hole grille that we see from all our Saabs and we've had evolving over the time, but it's much more prominent. It's deeper, wider, takes a bigger place on the front end of the car. We've got a redesigned wing in the centre of the grille, and of course the word mark takes a much larger space in the front grille there, so you really can see that this is a Saab and it's proud of it. If you look at the lamps, it's sweeping around the side. You'll also notice that we have the blue layered ice block look in those, so you get this nice feeling and reminder of Scandinavia. They tend to lead your eye round to the side of the car, just as the whole windscreen does, which wraps around into the side windows there. And this, of course, is a theme that we've had, well, from the original 900, but we've also shown in the concept cars throughout the last few years. So this is really bringing a lot of the thinking from the concept cars into production and putting it on the road. And that's some of the key elements and some of the key design features of the car which we've now seen. For me personally, I think it's the way the car works as a whole which is so successful. It is an entity, and it's of course very important from our Scandinavian design tradition that you see the car as a whole, not individual elements. I think more importantly for me, it appeals on a much more emotional level. It really does signify a step towards the future. We've got all of these elements from the concept cars that are coming into this vehicle, which is going on the road, and it really breathes Saab in a much more confident way and really does connect emotionally. So I'm very excited about this car.
Welcome to the Frankfurt International Auto Show. I am Magnus Hansen. I'm responsible for global product and sales and marketing at Saab Automobile in Sweden. We are here to share the new Saab and the new 9.5. The reception has been overwhelming, and it's absolutely terrific to finally get to share this product together with the international media and with you. And we have a couple of 9.5s here somewhere. I'm going to take you through some of the details, and this is an extremely proud moment, and it's going to be my pleasure to share the new 9.5 together with you. The new 9.5, as any Saab, of course, delivers on an unmistakable driving experience and personality. Fun to drive, exciting, agile, and of course, a lot of that comes from what's under here. Our turbocharging philosophy, right-sizing philosophy. There's something here for every driver. There's a petrol turbo, there's a diesel turbo, there's biopower turbos, there's small 1.6 turbos, there's 2.8 performance turbos, and of course supported by a renowned and absolutely amazing cross-wheel drive system that we introduced in the current 9.3, and of course has followed with this car to help deliver that classic Saab fun-to-drive performance that you're looking for. If you're looking for a unique, confident, independent alternative to the regular premium choices of Audi and BMW, Saab is your brand, and new 9.5 is your car. A car that unmistakably belongs with the best of the best, but stands on its own unique legs based upon our wonderful brand of Saab. Scandinavian origin, aircraft heritage, independent thinking, alive and vibrant in this car. Stunning, striking visual impact, wonderful proportions, classic Saab fun to drive, very, very spirited driving performance, comfort, safety, technologies, everything the modern premium buyer wants. If you're a Saab driver, this is a car you've been waiting for a long time. It's gonna hit right into your heart, and you're gonna share that joy with us. If you're new to us, this is a perfect opportunity to get a bit closer to our brand and learn a bit more about us. This is a car that we love, we're incredibly proud of, and we know that you are gonna be too, in owning and driving it. So stay tuned, and please come and visit us as our dealer and share the pride with us. Thank you.
There's a whisper in the wind. Something's going on among the leaves. I can't put my finger on it, but it's calling out my name. There's no mistaking what this day has to say. It whispers in my ear and says, why don't you come out? I'm waiting on you, waiting on.
When you have a different perspective on things, you don't end up with just another car.
Because the time is now.
You end up with a Saab.
Is now.
When man invented the wheel, he laid the foundation of modern transportation. It was soon discovered that the motive power should be in front to pull the vehicle safely around curves. Today's modern Swedish-built Saab 96 is constructed on this same logical principle. Front-wheel drive, perfect suspension, and ideal weight distribution are the three features giving the Saab 96 such superb road holding. The Saab 96 has a more powerful engine, 42 horsepower, new rear seat with room for 3, bigger boot, new wraparound rear window, new instrument layout with safety padding, new and ingenious ventilation system. All new features making the Saab 96 stronger, roomier, more beautiful. Drive the Saab 96, you'll be spellbound. Saab, the Swedish car with aircraft quality.
När människan uppfann hjulet hade hon lagt grunden till de moderna kommunikationsmedlen. Snart kom man också underfund med att drivkraften skulle vara dragande för att vagnen skulle gå säkert genom kurvorna. På denna logiska princip tillverkas idag vår moderna svenskbyggda Saab 96. Framhjulsdriften med plats för 3 personer, större bagagerum, ny mycket större bakruta, ny instrumentering och madrasserad säkerhetspanel, nytt genialiskt ventilationssystem. Allt nyheter som gör Saab 96 starkare, vackrare, rymligare. Sätt er bakom ratten, ni blir begeistrad i nya Saab 96.
May we present the Saab 95, your new dream car. Saab 95, the new station wagon. Combining elegant styling with practical design. How about this for roominess? 5 adults and an extra seat for 2 children. You need extra luggage space? Abracadabra. The new Saab 95 carries a 660-pound load and 2 adults besides. Your Saab 95 is also a first-class hotel room. Pleasant dreams. The Saab 95 with a 42 horsepower engine, 4-speed transmission gearbox, is fast and eager to accelerate. Low running costs and Saab leech-like road holding. The car of your dreams. The family car with aircraft quality. The Saab 95. Saab, the Swedish car with aircraft quality.
Får vi presentera Saab 95. Er nya drömbil. Saab 95, den nya herrgårdsvagnen med utsökt elegans och praktisk användbarhet. Vad sägs om utrymmet? 5 fullvuxna personer och extra säte för 2 barn. Är ni i behov av extra stort bagageutrymme så hokus pokus. Nya Saab 95 tar 300 kilo gods förutom 2 fullvuxna personer. Saab 95 bjuder också på ett underbart hotellrum. Förlåt om vi är lite indiskreta. Så gott. Saab 95 har stryktålig 42 hästars motor, är fyrväxlad, snabb och accelerationsvillig. Lägg där till de låga driftskostnaderna och Saabs kända vägegenskaper och ni har er drömbil, familjebilen med flygkvalitet, Saab 95.
Hello everyone, Kai here again. Now I'm in the workshop together with Jan, just beside the test track here in Jukkasjärvi. And Jan, you have promised me to show me how the cross-wheel drive system works in the 93X.
Yes, the cross-wheel drive though is a system that we have had on early models also, I need to mention that. And this is a system that has been developed together with Haldex.
Okay, and I know especially on this 93X it's raced 35 millimeters as well.
Yeah, that's right. And it's then fine-tuned to suit the car here with the other different systems that we have in the car.
Okay. I think you should have to show me some details.
Yeah, we can do so. We start from the beginning. It's the engine and the gearbox, and connected to the gearbox is the power takeoff unit. And here's the prop shaft.
Okay, that's the one that transmits the power to the rear?
Yeah, that's right. And in the rear is the rear drive module. And located here is the electronic unit that governs and controls the complete system. And here's the hydraulic pump that drives the two different clutches that is in the system here. Here's a torque transfer device, and it's basically the unit that directs the torque to the rear axle.
Okay.
Further to the rear is the electronic limited slip differential, and to put it simple, this is a hydraulic clutch also that directs the torque between the rear wheels depending on the friction.
Okay. It sounds super advanced. I think we have to go out and test it in reality on the ice.
We should.
Okay, let's go.
Go.
Hi everyone, my name is Kai Zachrisson. I'm standing north of the Arctic Circle on a frozen lake together with Jan Tampere, the project leader of the new Saab 93X. The key feature on this car is the cross-wheel drive system. So I want to ask Jan, what's so special about this cross-wheel drive?
This particular system has an electrical pump that starts from the very beginning when you turn on the key. So you don't have to be in motion with the car to get the system ready to operate for you.
Okay. So what you're saying is that it's built only for this car, for the 93?
Yes, it's built and tuned for the 93, and it's integrated in those other systems that works regarding stability and driving control.
And what more features do we have on this new car?
You mentioned the cross-wheel drive, and I would say that the combination with the biopower engine is really one of a kind here.
Okay, so that's also new.
Want to have a look?
Yeah, show me. Oh, wow, biopower, that's great. As a skier, I care a lot about the environmental.
The biopower engine runs on E85 or regular petrol. E85 is much more environmental friendly, of course, and the E85 is a mix basically of 85% ethanol and 15% regular petrol, we can say.
All right. You have more engines for this new 93?
Yes, we have. We have the 1.9 liter two-stage turbo diesel.
Okay.
Emits 145 grams of carbon dioxide, and a 2 liter petrol engine which emits 199 grams of carbon dioxide. We are really working with lowering the emissions when it comes to carbon dioxide, yes.
What about batteries as a source?
Well, maybe you have seen some of the cars at exhibitions. We have some samples on the drawing board, but not yet ready. But this is something that comes for the future.
Okay.
The E85 is the first source of environmental friendly fuel, and still giving us a lot of performance thanks to the turbocharged technology that we have at Saab.
Okay. I've also seen the car has a total new look on the exterior, like this.
Yeah, right. This is the front bumper cover with its integrated skid plates, which is completely new.
Yeah.
Also, the fog lights have got a new appearance to them. And let's have a look at the other exterior.
Right.
This is the wheel arch protection, which is new for the car. Chassis has been raised 35 mm as well to get higher ground clearance. A new wheel, 17-inch wheel, and the wheel and the wheel arch protection works really well together because The protection builds a little bit from the fender, therefore it will take care of some of the dust coming from the road and from the tire. So your car side will be much more cleaner with this.
Alright, so actually this car is made for rougher roads?
Yeah, definitely.
Alright, and this one is black, but does it come in other colors? Like this one, the Kermit green?
Well, if you mention my name when talking to the factory, maybe they can arrange something for you.
Okay, I will try to do
Let's
that.
look in the rear.
Okay. Oh, has a new look in the back too.
Yeah, this is the new rear bumper cover with the integrated skid plate.
Okay. Yeah, it looks good.
It does.
Okay.
Shall we take a look inside?
Yeah, open the trunk.
Yeah, this is the storage area for the 93X, and it's for active people that require a generous place to put their gears.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I usually travel with a lot of gear, but I also have my skis with me when I travel.
Okay, we can arrange that. I can fold the rear seat of the back, and also open the ski hatch for you to choose whatever you want.
Okay, let's try it. I get my gear.
Okay, I arrange the car.
Aha. Okay, I think I will put my skis through the ski hatch there.
Right.
I have pretty long skis. They're over 2 meters, but they fit.
Looks promising.
I don't have that much gear today, but this will fit easily.
Yeah.
Oh, you folded the seat there too.
And we're also able to cover it all up for safety reasons, like this.
Okay.
Nice and tidy.
So no one can see what I have in here?
No, that's right.
Okay. Right, let's check out the inside.
Okay.
All right. Ooh, that was nice and warm.
Yeah. Did you know that Saab invented the heated seats?
Oh no, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very much because of the weather, as you can see out here.
Oh, cold Sweden.
It is.
Yeah, but it feels good here.
Yeah, it's very much built around the driver, you know, the aircraft heritage.
Yeah, that's true. The first Saab was built by aircraft engineers.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, you can almost feel it just sitting
almost 70 years ago.
Okay.
So this is
and what can we see from that?
Well, you can see a lot of the control buttons are within reach from you, and audio system you can see is above the climate system, and that is because you don't want to take your eyes away from the road
so
for too long time. That's right.
Okay.
And the seat very comfortable, and you are able to sit and drive long distance driving without getting too exhausted.
Okay.
I think your stomach will tell you
without
to stop.
feeling you're numb in the ass.
That's right.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No, but it feels great.
Here's another neat function. It's the night panel. Once you have discovered it, you will never get rid of it, because it's really a good function driving in the nighttime. It takes away the light from the gauges and the control functions, so you won't be distracted from the light coming from it.
Ah, so you don't get blended?
No, that's right.
So you can see all the mooses running around on the road?
Yes.
Okay, I get it.
And it's very good, because if something goes wrong, for instance, your fuel will run out, then the fuel gauge will light up and call for your attention.
Okay, so you don't have to worry about that?
No, that's right.
Okay. Wow, this is a really nice car. I can't wait until I get my own. Until then, I think I will borrow your 93X.
You're welcome, Kai.
Okay, let's take her for a ride.
Let's do so.
It's here! I've got it!
Hey fellas, get a look at the Saab 96. What a chariot. The body beautiful. Look at that instrument panel.
The Saab 96 is just loaded with new features. Wraparound rear window, a new, wider, more comfortable rear seat, and bigger boot. This will go in two. And an ingenious new ventilation system that prevents misting up and gives better circulation. The Saab 96 is discreetly modern, and its front-wheel drive creates a new conception of road holding. The Saab 96 is fast and responds readily to the throttle, thanks to the new, more powerful engine, 42 horsepower. Drive the new Saab 96, you'll be spellbound. Saab, the Swedish car with aircraft quality.
Den är här! Jag har den! Saab 96!
Saab 96, vilken kärlek grabbar!
Och vilken instrument! Freda!
Det är massor av nyheter på Saab 96. En större bakruta, nytt, bredare och bekvämare baksäte, större bagagerum. Den här går nog också in. Och ett nytt genialiskt ventilationssystem som ger infri sikt och bättre luftfördelning. Saab 96 har en sober stil och vilka fantastiska vägegenskaper som framhjulsdriften ger. Saab 96 är snabb och accelerationsvillig tack vare ny starkare motor på 42 hästar. Sätt er bakom ratten. Ni kommer att bli begeistrad i nya Saab 96.
We've always been independent and unconventional, thought differently and thought further. We did it with the turbo and biopower. Now we do it with aerodynamics, electrification and much more that make driving more exciting and better for the environment. This is how we've written our history. And it's how we shape our future.
Vi har alltid varit egensinniga och envisa. Tänkt tvärtom och tänkt nytt. Vi gjorde det med turbon och biopower. Nu gör vi det inom aerodynamik, elektrifiering och annat som gör bilen roligare att köra och bättre för miljön. Det är så vi har skrivit vår historia. Och det är så vi skapar vår framtid.